Title: The Missing Manuscript INT. Old library. Night dim light filters through dusty windows. Shelves of ancient books line the walls. The clock strikes midnight. A shadowy figure moves silently between the aisles. Cut to Int. Library office. Night detective Elena Gray, late 30s, sharp, perceptive, examines a cluttered desk. She is accompanied by the librarian, Imar Finley, 60s, anxious. Detective Gray, you reported a missing manuscript. Was it valuable? Imar Finley, nervous, extremely. It's a lost work by a famous author. It was to be the highlight of our exhibit. Detective Gray, any suspects? Imar Finley, uneasy. There was an argument between Dr. Wallace and Ms. Turner. Both wanted access to the manuscript. Detective Gray, I'll start with them. Cut to Int. Dr. Wallace's study. Night Dr. Wallace, 50s, scholarly, paces. Books and papers are scattered. Detective Gray, where were you during the theft? Dr. Wallace, agitated in my office, working. I had no interest in stealing it. Detective Gray, did Ms. Turner seem suspicious? Dr. Wallace, we had a disagreement, but she wouldn't steal. Detective Gray, I'll need to talk to her. Cut to Int. Ms. Turner's apartment. Night Ms. Turner, 40s, intense, sits surrounded by notes. Detective Gray, where were you during the theft? Ms. Turner, defensive in the library. I didn't steal it, just wanted to study it. Detective Gray, anyone else around? Ms. Turner, saw someone leaving, but didn't notice who. Detective Gray, thank you. Cut to Int. Library office. Later Detective Gray reviews security footage and spots a figure in a dark coat entering the office. Detective Gray, whispering, that's our thief. Cut to Int. Library basement. Night Detective Gray and Mr. Finley search the basement. Gray finds the manuscript hidden behind crates. Detective Gray, smiling, found it. Someone tried to hide it. Imar Finley, relieved, but who? Detective Gray, let's head back to the office. Cut to Int. Library office. Later Detective Gray confronts Mr. Finley. Detective Gray, Mr. Finley, you had access to the manuscript and the office. Why hide it? Imar Finley, sighs, I was trying to protect it. I thought hiding it would prevent theft. Detective Gray, you should have reported it. But I understand your intention. Ensure it's secure from now on. Imar Finley, I'm sorry. I'll make sure it's safe. Detective Gray, good. Detective Gray, finally mystery resolved.